Welcome to Expedition Sea Nest. Join us this week for some good times above and below sea level. In the last episode, we left off rounding the north end of Great Harbour Cay, heading to the Berry Islands in the Bahamas. The predicted weather was good, but the swells made for a rather uncomfortable passage. That did not deter the captain from dropping in several lines with the hopes of catching some dinner.
Another rod holder up.
It's hard on the tender right now because we have it really close and we're kind of quartering into these big waves. And so once we get going, we're gonna start riding the gullies of these waves here pretty soon, and it's gonna ease off on the tender. So now we have 3 lines out. Now we have 3 lines out. Should be good. That's why I buy that high vis orange, so I can see. The problem with the high vis orange is that the fish can see it too, so I usually run, a 4-foot section of fluorocarbon or something on there. But it didn't stop us from getting those blackfin when we came across from the Keys. Yeah.
How's it going up here, Kathy?
Pretty good. We just got to 125 feet, and then we're going to be running along this drop off right here where it kind of varies from around 150 feet to about 500 feet. Maybe we can catch a mahi or two or something.
More tuna.
More tuna.
Yeah.
Some more tuna.
Dad's got the 3 lines out.
Sweet.
And hopefully we'll have some good luck here.
Yeah.
On our way to our destination.
To get 20 knot winds this afternoon, but we should be, by 1 o'clock, we should be hidden behind the lee of these islands here and protected. I wear a harness when I come to the bow or even when I'm in the back. People who are on a 40, 50, 38 foot sailboat, you've got a lot of stability there with the sails out and you got that heavy keel. You can get by without it, but when you're talking about just a little 25-foot boat in these big waves, you can get thrown out very quickly and you could just disappear out there. And it's hard to see people once you lose them in these waves. But I really enjoy, this is probably my best part, is the passage. Going from one location to the other. It's just so pretty. Although this is not really what produces the fish for us. We're only in 50 feet of water right now. We find we're best to be in that, that 150, 300 feet plus depth water before we start catching those pelagic fish like blackfin tuna and mahi and other things that live in the deeper waters. These waters here, you typically end up catching nothing but barracuda. I guess you can catch a few mahi in here, but your best luck's going to be in the deeper water. What do you think it is? I think it's another.
Oh.
Something small, that's for sure.
Jack or something.
Yeah, I think it's a jack.
Oh, it's
a mackerel. Oh, sashimi. Oh shit, we're gonna have to bring it over on this side. Okay. I'll keep Mom. Yeah, Jewel, just keep it in gear. That's good. You're doing good. Nice mackerel. Now, you know what? We might be fine with the way he is. I'm gonna try to just bring him in the boat. Yeah. That's nice cyril. Yeah, that's a good eating fish right there.
Ew!
Okay. There he is. That's called a cyril mackerel. Because it's only a mono leader and he's got really sharp teeth.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Holy geez, look at the size of that mackerel. That's a big king. Ah.
Sweet.
That's a good size
Yeah, that's...
fish. Holy shice. Oh my goodness.
Oh. Yeah, watch his teeth doesn't wreck the seats. So we gotta be really careful. Can we flip this guy over a bit here? See that? Those teeth there, and we're this far away from a hospital. You wanna be careful. Oh, that was good. All right. Okay, let's take the gaff out of him now.
That is fantastic. Well done. Oh my God.
Look at that.
Your phone is right on the thing. If you go close up. Right on the diner. Couldn't find mine.
You get that on there?
Pull it down from your face.
Isn't that a dandy? There's a lot of steaks. We're gonna have to share this with Cats Away.
Open his mouth a bit more.
Just landed a big fish.
Woo!
And now we are coming through this very narrow cut that we've never been through before, so it's a little bit dicey.
Yeah, we're on the south side of White Key, coming in here, and there's a, depending on the how the tide is going, it can really get nasty at these locations. These little cuts, these neck downs, they can really create a large wave, and you end up with a standing wave, not just a large wave. You end up with a standing wave because you've got tide coming out and waves going in. But it looks good today. If it wasn't, we may have to just wait out here.
Till the tide changes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I'm glad we don't have to do that because yeah, it's noon, and we'll be anchored by probably 1 o'clock.
But in all seriousness, there really is tension when you're crossing through these cuts for the first time because you're not really sure what to expect and how your boat is going to handle it.
Ooh. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, it's just a little...
After we set the anchor, Michael got to cleaning the fish, and we then prepared ourselves to join our friends on board their catamaran for dinner. We were really looking forward to reconnecting with friends we hadn't seen for a few days.
Man, he's fast. Go ahead.
So this is the Cero mackerel we got today. This is a very good, you can eat this one as sushi. It's excellent fare. So we are going to just take the bloodline out of the fish here. The same thing we did with the blackfin. We're going to do that with this, just because that's very strong, and sometimes there is some bones in this area, so we don't want to waste it, so we cut it as close as we can. There we go. I'm putting all the fish stuff in there because if I dump it over the side and we decide to go swimming, we're going to end up drawing in probably quite a few sharks. So we are not going to do that. There. That's one. That's two. And it's usually cut them on an angle like this. And then just eat it like that.
sauce or just like that?
No, I don't need anything. It's that
Wow.
good. You want to try a piece?
No, I'll wait for the soy sauce. Although I believe you. I think our taste
That's really good.
Excellent. I'll get you a bag for that.
Okay.
Eric volunteered,
There you go. There's the sashimi.
actually voluntold for the job of emptying the slop bucket far away from the anchorage so that we wouldn't have sharks right beside the boat. Gotta love that kid.
I didn't bring mine.
Oh, look at this. Looks like a laundromat.
It is. It's a drippo mat. There's no laundry.
Water everywhere.
Oh, look at another beautiful sunset.
Okay, so we got to bring our.
Living on a small boat. It's so much fun.
It really
It
is,
actually
though.
is, isn't
It
it?
really is.
Yeah, let me look at that sunset,
Cheers.
guys.
Okay, I've got the flashlight.
Oh, shit. To show us your new pants. She got those at a. What were they?
At the Goodwill.
At the Goodwill. in was it Key Largo? You got that in?
Yeah.
Looks good, hon.
And they actually matched my other things I had with me, so how serendipitous was that?
How much did those pants cost you?
Like 50 cents.
I love it.
I figured I couldn't go far wrong. Are we ready to?
Yeah. Do you want to untie?
Sure.
Oh no, you hop in. Or Eric's got it. Okay. I can untie if you guys grab this stuff.
Okay.
Okay, we're heading over to our friends from
Cats Away.
Not Castaway, Cats Away. And we're going to share our kingfish with them tonight. So they're going to do the cooking, and we're going to do the
Eating.
Yes.
Okay.
We actually got a today while we were diving. We got a conch. See? Oh crap! We got a conch, and we're gonna clean that tonight. We're gonna have some conch with our
I don't know
drinks.
if we're gonna eat it. Well, yeah,
maybe we won't eat it
maybe
tonight.
one. Not
Okay.
sure. We're gonna clean one.
So we're in maybe we have about 2-3 feet of water underneath our keel. That's all we have. But it's nice to be shallow, because when you're shallow, you know it's you're close to shore and you're protected from the winds. We're supposed to get some really stiff winds from the east.
The sun's going down.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Nice.
That's why we brought the flashlight.
Well, the Tennessee stud was long and lean, color of the sun and his eyes are green. He had the nerve and he had the blood, and there never was a horse like the Tennessee stud.
All right, so what are we doing?
We are heading over to a little island that has a beach on the east side, which is protected by the wind. And we're going to do some snorkeling there because there's supposed to be some nice things to see in the water, but also some shells for the other folks that are with us to do some shelling.
Yeah.
And this is where we came in yesterday. We were just noticing how you can't really see it right from this angle, but the waves are just crashing in from the open water there. So we're lucky that we have a nice protected anchorage, and we're enjoying every part of the day in our little protected islands here. Do some snorkeling, it'll be fun.
We dove on a shallow reef in a cut that led back to the ocean. It was beautiful. Between the current and the waves, we were being pulled back and forth quite strongly. It was challenging to film this for you without holding on to something. And I didn't want to hold on to anything, especially not the coral, for fear of damaging it. But at least it gives you some idea of what it was like to be underwater. A quick backstory about Michael and his love for the ocean. I am not kidding when I say, as a child, his favorite toys were a microscope and a model of Jacques Cousteau's expedition and research vessel, the Calypso. He watched Sea Odyssey on TV with his dad, and he later sailed all over with his family on a 42-foot ketch. He went to high school for a time in the Florida Keys and got hooked on saltwater fishing and scuba diving. So much so that he worked as a first mate as a young man on several deep-sea charter boats and later became a licensed captain and a fishing guide himself. All this to say that we are in good hands with Michael, and when he is on the water and makes a safety call, we listen. And check this out. When Michael was spearfishing and caught a grouper, he found a little fish in his mouth. He extracted the little fish, and that silly little thing turned around and went right back into the big fish's mouth for what he thought was safety. On this day, we were spearfishing, and partway through the dive, he spotted a hammerhead shark. So we headed back to the dinghy and called it a day. Although hammerheads rarely attack humans, if you are attached to a line with a fish on it, it's best to be careful.
I just missed a fish out on the reef with the spear pole, and as I look up the same direction that I went to spear the fish, there's this like 8, 9, 10 foot hammerhead that cruises right by me. And Eric was right beside me, and he's like, he didn't see it. He wasn't looking in the same direction I was, and it just like disappeared into the blue. But wow, it really kind of frightened me.
Well, get out of the water pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know what would happen if I had actually speared that fish, but I'm glad I missed it.
Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this episode, hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe.